Hey, how we doing, everyone? Down here at the river. Just kind of want to... Wow, there's crazy dog barking, but not a big deal. I just want to continue the conversation that I started yesterday and like some things that I really didn't get to talk about. So yesterday I talked about documentation and why documentation is important to accomplishing goals and to finishing things. For me, I think it's really important. I think it's a very nice thing to do for yourself, because if you document, you might help someone else in the same situation. If you document, other people are going to be motivated by what you're doing. If you document, other people are watching what you're doing, so you're more motivated to do what you're doing. So really, documentation, I think, is really important. But the overarching theme in like all of these videos I make, I think, is that it's easier to do a bunch of simple steps than to do one big complex step. Like, if you think about some of the things that I said in my last video about getting into graduate school, getting my computer license, getting my degree in physics, whatever, any of that stuff, any like these really big life goals that I had, it has never been like, okay, I'm just gonna go do it today. It has never been like that. It never will be like that. And for most things that are really important to you, it's gonna be a long process of very small steps. And I think that that's the key. When you can break things down so simply that they're brain dumb, stupid to you, and it's like, well, you mean I'm gonna have to do that 900 days? You mean I'm gonna have to do that for 4 years? Yeah, you probably will. You probably will have to do it for a very long time to actually get good at it, to get decent at it, to make the right connections, to pass the test, to get the scores, to meet the people. It's gonna take time to do those things. And I just think that everyone's very excited right now, especially this year. Because there's a whole wave of just people who are excited about things and they're ready to have it happen now, and they're not willing to wait a year. They're not willing to put in documentation for maybe 2 years. And I think that, you know, you leave a lot on the table when you just are quick to jump the gun and say, this isn't gonna work for me. So yeah, I think the theme to this video is taking large problems and breaking them down into small pieces. Why does this work? Well, I actually think it works because I get paid to do that. As a developer, I think like that as a developer, because I look at a big problem and there's no way I could just make an entire website all in one sitting on my own. Maybe like something really dumb and stupid that doesn't do anything, but there's no way I could possibly make a multifaceted application that has a thing for people to log in, a thing for people to leave comments, a thing for people to make photos. It doesn't work like that. And I think that's kind of interesting, because it's self-evident that this works, that breaking things down into really small, simple, easy steps works, because every day people make websites, every day people make applications. And if you look at any crazy math problem, like for example, I think his name was Alex Wilde, he solved Fermat's last theorem. So this person was a mathematician who proved Fermat's last theorem using very non-traditional techniques in proving his theorem. And he was doing it quietly every evening for 12 years. And this, I mean, if you know the history behind Fermat's last theorem, it's that a cubed plus b cubed doesn't equal c cubed for powers greater than whatever. So go look it up if you want. But it's a really interesting theorem, and he kind of had to spend 12 years working on it quietly, and he was able to finally prove the theorem. And I think that's kind of interesting, right? It's like math, programming. Here are all these examples where stuff actually works. So it's all over the place. If you look at engineering, you take really complex problems and you break them down into small steps. You don't just build a car overnight. You use all the iterations that have been previously done and you build on it simply. You just keep on adding simple steps to things. So if there's one thing that, you know, I want people who watch my videos to learn and to understand, is that it's okay to do really easy things, but do a lot of them over a long period of time, because it leads to a very big result. And every video I try to, you know, put a piece of advice, some sort of key, some sort of tool that you can use to do that. And for me, right now, lately, I've really gotten into Trello. I mean, I just take whatever it is I'm trying to work on, I make a board, and I just put my to-do, doing, done. And my to-dos it's so full. It's always full. It always feels like there's more to do than actually done. But today I got to look at my website and the stuff that I finished, the stuff that's done, and for the first time ever, the done list outnumbers the to-do list. And that's a really cool moment. That's a really awesome moment. You feel really good when you get to that point. So I wish that there was some way that I could convey that feeling to people, but the only way you're gonna get it is if you do it yourself. That's the only way you could possibly do it, is you have to do it yourself. And so hopefully watching this video, you're gonna think about some things that you're trying to do, and you're gonna take the time to write them down. There's no rush. Just take the time to write it down, and then think about the smallest, simplest step that you could possibly take towards getting there. And you know, for me, I guess it had always been writing things down. That had always been the problem that I just was neglecting. I thought it was too simple. I figured I'd keep it up in my head. There's no reason for me to write things down, but yeah, that's what I do. I write things down a lot, and that helps me. So maybe for you, it's gonna be making videos, maybe it's gonna be taking pictures, but you'll have to figure that out. All right, thank you for watching.